And I'm here with Kate, Dave, and Sherry, all Video Pursuit Society members. And I wanted to bring on a few people that I know I've followed their journey this year and starting their YouTube channel, getting it going, getting views, getting subscribers, and the work that they've put into it. So I wanted to invite them on to my channel and kind of discuss how you can get some traction on your YouTube channel before the end of this year, because we only have like a month and a half to go. And kind of like what to do, how to make your channel pop, how to get it going, get some traction, get some views when you are starting at zero. So with that, I am going to let's have let's see, Kate. Let's have Kate introduce yourself and just like a brief, what is your channel about and what, yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Hi. My name's Kate Boyd, and I'm a university professor in piano, and so my channel is geared towards advanced pianists, and it is called The Piano Prof. So it's an extension of my day job. Oh,
Gotcha.
there it is.
I
Yeah.
just got it pulled up
Yeah.
here. I'm trying to get fancy with my
Yeah.
restream here.
And so I just started it. I spent kind of a while thinking about it and planning it, but I posted my first video 7 weeks ago, and I post every Tuesday a new video. So
Okay.
I only have 7 videos up so far.
And when did you start your channel?
Oh, I think I created it over the winter. I got it and I had nothing on it for a while. I decided to start with a blog. I had the idea, so I got the YouTube channel name and I got that set up to take videos when I was ready. And then at the same time, I got thepianoprof.com as a blog. And I wrote some posts and I got in the habit of posting there. And then once I got kind of a foundation on that website as a blog and created a little bit of a presence for myself there, then I decided that I was ready to start posting videos. And so the idea is that I post the video on a Tuesday and then I create a blog post out of it and then post that onto the blog. And so the blog is kind of my home base, even though I try to drive everything to YouTube right now.
Right. Gotcha. Okay, cool. This is kind of exciting because I don't know if you know this, but I'm a piano player.
Oh.
I'm not a piano professor, but I grew up playing piano, and I think I stopped taking lessons in like 12th grade or something. But I still do play for fun. I basically take the music that I was playing when I was in 12th grade and I just keep playing it. I don't play anything new really. I just literally from solo competition in 12th grade, I just keep playing that song.
Just out of curiosity, what is it?
It is a Beethoven piece. I don't know what it's even called or anything.
Or something?
Yeah. It is a sonata. Yeah, and I did very well in my solo competition for that. So,
wonderful.
Yeah, it's good. I love Beethoven. Beethoven's my favorite for sure.
Yeah, so you might be, kind of in my target audience, because my target audience is high school pianists, collegiate age pianists, graduate level pianists, and then also adult amateur pianists who are continuing to practice and learn.
That's me. All right, cool. So we'll dive more into what you've done so far to get the views and subscribers that you have, but let's move on to Miss Sherry down here, Ratchet Up Your Art, it's always funny because every time I go to YouTube to find Sherry's channel, YouTube tries to auto correct it to Ratchet Up Your Arsenal. And I just always imagine Sherry ratchet up your arsenal And it makes just as much sense to me as ratchet up your art for Sherry. So, this is Sherry's channel. So Sherry, go ahead and just let us know what you do on your channel. What is your niche? And just go for it.
So, Ratchet Up Your Art is basically a mixed media channel. I do all different types of art. Right now, I've been focused on jelly printing, which is a type of printmaking. I started my videos, I had to look it up. I started my videos about 9 months ago. So, February, March timeframe. And that is pretty much what I've been doing. So, I've experimented with lives and YouTube shorts, sorry, um, and just regular videos.
Awesome. So you started in like February. What is that, like 9 months or so? You've
Yes, yeah,
gotten up to 315 subscribers. And so
yeah. What really? Go ahead.
so some of these videos are shorts, like these last few look like they are shorts that you are experimenting with, which is exciting. And then, but prior to that, you had done some live streams and then some just regular edited videos. Do you have a favorite? Because you've done a regular, like record and edit and publish, live streams, and then shorts. Which ones are your favorite to create?
It's really the YouTube shorts. I've gotten a lot of traffic. I mean, almost, I would say almost 100 new subscribers in about 6 weeks. And I hit 300 on Monday, and I am up to 15 new subscribers since Monday. The
Wow.
reason, and I have to tell you, it really helps. Some of these have hit the YouTube short shelf, but um, what has really helped me, because I'm a full time 40 plus hour person that works and a family kind of thing, I just laid in a template for my YouTube shorts. I can knock out, I'm not joking, I can knock out 3 videos, edit 2, all before I go to work. So I've just really enjoyed doing the YouTube shorts. So I may be doing some more of those.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Um, all right, cool. So ratchet up your arsenal or your art. Maybe that can be your second channel, ratchet up your arsenal, or maybe that might be more of a Dave thing. So let's jump over to Dave. If you want to let us know what is your niche, when did you start your channel, and introduce all of that.
So our niche is getting people in Southern California to go out hunting and fishing. It actually kind of started probably about 2 years ago. My hunting buddy on the right, John, he was mentioning to me, well, we were out hunting and he was talking to somebody saying that, oh, we have a YouTube, I'm going to have a YouTube channel. And he knew I worked with computers. About 2 months later, I asked him about it and he's like, well, I didn't want to ask you and stuff. So we started working on it. Actually started putting out videos this year in March and just kind of floundered around with it and started up, and now it's kind of it's just kept going. We're putting them out, trying to put them out once a week or once every other week, and just keeping going.
Yeah, and so you've got we're almost to 60 over here,
Yep,
subscribers, but you have this one video here that has almost 2,000 views that you published
a month
a
ago.
month ago. What how did you do that?
That one, my friend John there, he was watching YouTube uh, stuff at work, and yeah, they were talking about this gun called the 30 rifle called the 3030. It was a bush gun, and they're shooting through brush, and he's like, "That's not right." And he calls me up, and he's like, "Oh, we need to do a quick video for this. We'll do it in front of his that's in front of his garage door outside." So it's like it was really quick. We did it probably about in half an hour and was able to it was kind of easy to edit and stuff and get it up and going there. And it didn't take much traction. And at one point, about a week or so ago, I was like looking at it, and all of a sudden it started getting more and more and more views. And it turned out it was on like the homepage of YouTube.
Yay. I love to hear that. I was on a call with Dave and he was like, I'm looking at the analytics and it says browse features. I'm like, that's the homepage. He's like, oh, that's why he was getting so much traffic. He's like, I don't know, what the heck are browse features? Browse features are a good thing. We want to show up in browse features for sure. Awesome. So let's figure out how to get rid of that. There we are. Now we're all here. So let's kind of talk about and we'll kind of maybe like go around the room, so to speak. What do you feel like what was your journey like from having an idea for, I think I'm going to start a YouTube channel, to actually getting going with it? Like, what kind of steps did you take before you actually started your channel? We'll just go around same order. Kate, go ahead.
Well, I had the idea in summer 2020, and it was this kind of realization that, there were kind of a few reasons, but I had this very, very strong realization in the summer of 2020 when I realized I'm a professional pianist and a piano professor, and I realized that there are a lot of people selling online courses who don't necessarily have professional training as pianists and musicians. And so I realized that it was almost like a moral obligation to represent ourselves in this niche. And I realized also, for me, a big part of my job as a university professor is to recruit music students. And so having an online presence, which is where people spend a lot of time, was an important step for me to take. And I'm patient. I don't need to have immediate results. I just knew that I wanted to create a library of instructional content that's geared towards people who might be interested in becoming better pianists and maybe coming to university, who were maybe considering a music major or something like that, and to be able to reach people as they were finding. So that was in July 2020. And then I spent a lot of time thinking about, well, what do I want that to look like? And so I spent quite a bit of time brainstorming, which is why I started with the blog first, because I decided I needed to have, I think the idea behind the Piano Prof is it's kind of an alter ego for me, because for me, and I think this is pretty common, I dealt with a lot of fear about creating videos and putting them out there. That's a lot different than teaching students one-on-one in my studio here at the university, because you put them out there for just anybody in the world to find. And so you have to kind of crystallize your approach and figure out, well, what would that look like? And then you have to kind of commit to it looking a certain way, because you're putting a video on the internet. And so I wanted to, and since I'm not starting from, since I'm actually kind of already in the niche that I'm making the channel in, it was important to me that there be a kind of minimum quality level to my first videos. And the learning curve was very, very steep, because I had to learn, well, I took Meredith's class and, the spiderweb strategy and how to optimize the channel and how to optimize my videos and all about the algorithm, and that was a steep learning curve. So I spent a lot of time planning out my content and learning these steps and getting everything set up before I shot my first video. And like I said, I have 7 videos out now. I'm about to make my 8th. And so, so it's kind of a long journey in that sense. Yeah. And now I have, I think, I think I'm up to what, 33 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to wait. I'm waiting on social media. I'm not doing any social media promotion. I want to create some catalog first, some body
Mm-hmm.
of videos. And then organically over time, I'm going to try to start promoting it because it's kind of naturally finding its way to people through my current students and through my current colleagues and the people who I already know. And then that gives me time to kind of practice and learn and improve before I've like tried to get a lot of people to look at it in my niche.
Yeah, and also YouTube itself is driving traffic to it, right? People find your videos through search results, and I think it's so, I don't know. I think it's really common to feel like, oh, well, I have to be on Instagram, and now I have to make TikToks, and I have to be on Facebook and all this. The thing about YouTube is it's so powerful just on its own because it's a search engine and it's an algorithm. Whereas like Instagram and Facebook are just an algorithm. They're just trying to throw content in front of people that it's guessing might like it. And YouTube does that too, but it's backed by having this whole search engine. And so I love hearing that you're just kind of focusing on this one platform. And then also with the blog, you then obviously Google as a search engine as well. So I think that's so smart to, instead of dividing your attention at first, to like really get some momentum, and you're creating you're creating long form content. It's a long-term content. It's evergreen. The videos you're creating are, people can find them 5 years from now and watch them and learn. And so you can't do that with Instagram, folks. So, so I love that. Awesome. So let's go around to Sherry, if I can figure out how to, there we go. What were we talking about? So what were your steps between, like, what was your thought process from, I think I want to start a YouTube channel, to actually getting a YouTube channel up and running?
So, my YouTube channel is the brainchild of my spouse. He thought I should have a YouTube channel because in my previous career, I was an art teacher. And so I really enjoy doing art. It's my outlet. And I have taught classes before outside of the public school system, if you will. So my channel really just started out as just sharing and teaching people how to do a printmaking technique, jelly printing, as I mentioned before. And then I took Meredith's course, of course. And she really walks us through the steps in how to set up a channel, and it's the 5-day challenge, and it's pretty intensive, but it really got me going. It really, helped me think about my niche. It really taught me how to do the spider web effect and all the fun things that go along with setting up a YouTube channel. So that's really where I started, was really thinking about those kinds of things to start my channel.
So you came in and did the free 5-day challenge last year, right? Is when you came.
I think I have. No, is the year it was
2020.
2020, because we were working on another channel for my son's Boy Scout popcorn.
Yes, popcorn.
And then so that's really where the journey started. Was my son had to sell remotely because of COVID, and he's a top seller. And so we had to pivot from in-person, face-to-face selling popcorn to YouTube channel selling popcorn.
Yeah.
And through social media, Facebook, and that kind of thing. So I took that course specifically for him, but in the back of my mind, I knew that I was going to start this this other channel. And
Mhm.
so as soon as that was over with, then we jumped into the middle of my channel. And so,
Awesome.
and then I took the class again because I didn't finish the first one.
You're not the only one that did the 5-day challenge more than once, Sherry. Lots of people do.
Yep.
So the 5-day challenge is the Build Your Profitable YouTube Channel challenge, or the Build Your Profitable Side Hustle with YouTube challenge. Sometimes it has a different name. But I wanted to let anyone watching that I turned that 5-day challenge into a 1-hour workshop. So I took everything that we do in 5 days, step by step, and I'm putting it into 1 hour. So it's going to be, if 5 days was intense, then 1 hour will be also intense. But I'm gonna put a link in the chat, and I also put it down in the description below. If you go to vidpromom.com/workshop, it's completely free, and it's happening live on November 30th. And I just figured, with the holidays, I was like, I don't really want to run a 5-day challenge. I like to do it because it's fun, but it's also November and December, and it was just like, what if I could just put it all into 1 hour? So that's what we have coming up. And so Sherry started with this 5-day challenge, and then you launched your channel from the spiderweb strategy that you created in the 5-day challenge, right?
Most definitely. The other thing I did was I believe I had some consulting that I did with you as well, to help me narrow my niche where I wanted to go. You were like, no, maybe you should start here, because I was fighting with myself of things I wanted to do and things that need to be done. And
Right.
so on my channel, I have, a playlist for learning how to do the jelly printing, as well as, fun things to do with your prints and, YouTube shorts and that kind of thing. So in lives that I do. So I just took my playlist and put them into categories that, where people can find my various things that I do on my channel.
Mhm. Awesome. All right, cool. Let's bring on Dave. Dave, what was your thought process like from having the idea to start your channel to actually getting it going?
So when we actually decided we were going to do something, first thing I did, I've worked with in my career. I worked with computers and set up websites and stuff. So the first thing I actually did was I purchased a domain name and starting figuring out how to do the editing and how to get all of this going. And I'd found Meredith's videos on GoPros because I know we're going to be using GoPros out in the field and trying to figure out how to use that and how our first video we recorded was we set up to where it was on time lapse photography instead of just a regular video. So his old one, it was like thousands and thousands of still photos that we had to migrate in, and I haven't. I may re-edit that and re-put it out there, like putting the old from I guess the 70s, the old there's a problem with your television set and saying there's we messed up.
Mhm.
So and we put some out there, and then I saw the the the, the Video Pursuit Society and the courses and like started looking at that, and it was like, okay, because originally we were going to do a lot of things and be all over the map, and then it's like, okay, let me look at this, and we started and just following the path, and it's definitely working for us. So we're just going the course and um, keeping the course, and just I think we're going to start another section of our spider web, but we're concentrating on this until we start on the new stuff, and then we have a couple more videos, and then we're going to move to our new section. But we're
Awesome.
definitely working.
It's working. Awesome. Cool. All right. So Let's
And I got my partner into where he's thinking that now, instead of he's thinking, oh, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. So now
Mhm.
we're working together to make this move forward.
Yeah, I love how, like, so Sherry's channel is just Sherry, Kate's channel is just Kate, but Dave's channel is Dave and his friend. What's your buddy's name?
John,
Is Dave and John. But John's not, I don't know John. I just know Dave. And so like Dave and I are like strategizing, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Then he goes to John and John's like, I want to do this and that and that. And Dave's like, nope. Meredith says we got to do these things, and you do it and it works. So what sort of I always just assume that everyone else is just like themselves in their channel, like me and Sherry and Kate. But what other sort of challenges or maybe pros and cons, Dave, of having a partner working with you on your channel? What is that like?
the biggest benefit is coming up with ideas because he has a whole the idea thing. He has a whole list of them, so he doesn't write them down. So when I go see him, I got to make sure I have Notion out. So I'm like typing in all my. I can put on my phone. I'm typing it in, is like making sure that I have all the information. It's like, well, wait a minute, stop. Let me put that in so we don't forget it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. But also, Sherry, your husband helps out with some stuff, right? Does he help you out with maybe editing or something?
No, he helped me with my animations, my intro
Okay.
animations, and he is talking to a camera is always difficult for a first time YouTuber, and so he's a very fun loving guy, and he makes me laugh. And so when he makes me laugh, then I smile, and then I'm more relaxed. And so he's he is my show while I'm trying to do a headshot, and start the
Mm,
video. He, because I'll make some bloopers. It's funny. So we have a good time doing the headshots, and then I do all the other, camera down work without him, and I do all my editing of my videos. And I knew nothing about editing videos, and I learned how to do that, and with Premiere Pro, and who knows? I might retire and just do video editing. I don't know. but with a full-time job, man, it's difficult.
yeah. Yeah. And so all of you have full-time jobs and this channel on the side. So what do you feel like is the most, I guess, helpful thing for you guys to stay consistent, create your content, while also managing a full-time job and family stuff and just life in general? Our screen is all out of order now, so let's start with Kate down here in the bottom.
Okay. Hello. Um, welcome. I mean, hello from this side of the screen now. So, yeah, well, I would say that for me, I'm used to doing really big projects in my professional life. And so I'm used to the pattern of like planning something and knowing that it's going to happen like a year or a year and a half from now, and I have to take the steps toward it. And this felt like another big project like that. But the difference is that I didn't know how it would feel to go through all the other steps because I haven't done it before.
Mhm.
And so I think for me, it was important to break it down into teeny tiny actionable items, because it's easy to come to a YouTube channel with like the plan of what you want it to look like in 5 years. And I have that, like, I know exactly what I want, but like, I'm nowhere close to that yet because I just started. And it's important to have a good set of goals, but you have to then focus down on what exactly am I going to do today, this month, this week, today, this hour kind of thing. And for me, I find that keeping it like staying focused, like I said, I'm not doing social media because I just felt like too much right now, and the learning curve is so steep. And so at first, my first videos, I didn't do any B-roll, and then I figured out how to do that, and then I started adding that. And so you can keep it, like, start simply and then just add one little thing to try to learn that, and then add that to your next video. But it's tempting to look at somebody's videos who's been doing it for many years, who's got thousands of subscribers, and feel like kind of intimidated. And you just have to remind yourself, as I have about 10,000 times, that everybody started just with 0 videos.
Mhm.
And so that's the learning curve. You won't know what it feels like until you start doing it.
Yeah.
And so I would say that trying to be really organized, and then also having kind of estimating how long things are going to take and try to hold yourself to it, because it's very tempting to fiddle around with a video and keep trying and fixing it and stuff. But if you put a deadline, if you just say, look, I'm going to just do B- work here, and that's good enough, because there's going to be more videos, right? If you think 5 years and you think you're going to do 50 videos a year, then that means in 5 years, there's going to be 250 videos, right? And so it won't matter if the third one was not as good as you wished it had been in that moment.
Yeah, that is so true. I think it's really easy to put pressure on yourself to like make it perfect, make it better, or even when you don't even know how to edit videos, it's like you don't even know what to even search for. Like you can't, it's just hard to conceptualize. But like you said, little by little, that's what I did too when I started my channel. Like most of my videos were a talking head with a screencast tutorial, which is a very simple way to create a video. There's not a lot of fancy editing that has to happen. I didn't, I think I maybe incorporated some B-roll, but I would usually every week or so, there might be one little thing that I would be like, how do I get an Instagram? Um,
Sorry, my lights are motion sensitive, so sorry.
It's okay. I would think, how
I
do I
thought we
get
were doing the
my,
wave.
yeah.
We're all doing the wave.
So anyways, yes, little by little, I was gonna say every week I would think about things like, how do I get my Instagram, like a Instagram graphic, like an animation, and I would maybe spend a little bit of time figuring that out, or getting my name as a lower third, or I might see somebody do like a transition or something, not a transition. I really don't do a lot of transitions, but I might see something in somebody else's video and go, how do I do that? And kind of dissect that. But there's a lot of little details like that if I had tried to figure that out from the beginning, I would have never got a video done. It would have never got out there. So it's like you have to, it's like, it's baby steps. It's like, it's layers, you can kind of, and you're learning new skills as you go. You guys probably didn't know that you guys are becoming video editors. You just wanted a YouTube channel, but you could legitimately market yourself as a video editor. You can add it to your resume.
Well, Meredith, I kind of liken it to following a trail of breadcrumbs, where you just go and you pick up the next thing, because you know the next thing you can do.
Right.
You don't know the like 5 steps from now. You kind of know like 1,500 steps from now, and like the next step, and then the step after that, and then all the stuff in between. It reveals itself to you as you're on the path.
Yes. Action creates clarity.
Yeah.
right? Like you can't know what's down the road until you get down the road. I always think about like there's a saying you can't steer a parked car, and I always think about like when you're a kid and maybe you sneak into the car and you're like pretending to drive. And the wheels are going, they're going back and forth if the steering wheel doesn't lock, but the car's not going anywhere. So you could steer any direction you want, but if the car's not moving, you're not going anywhere. So you're right. It is like breadcrumbs. They reveal themselves. I love that. Um, so let's see. Let's bring Dave over. Dave, how do you keep yourself on track with creating your videos and having a full-time job?
I don't know if I keep myself on track. That's the problem. I get sidetracked too easily. I'll go down these rabbit holes and it's like trying to fix one thing. And so I try to have something planned out, and it's a lot of times it just goes my way. Is I'll try to, if I'm sitting, I can do sometimes keyword research when I'm not doing anything, but it's like I'm still working on making sure I have things organized. So it's like when I do it, I can, I can pull up do what I need to do in order to get the video finished and stuff. And but yeah, I'm probably the opposite. I'm not, I'm organized, but I easily get sidetracked.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sherry, let me bring you over here. And what's your process? I know because you've done
Well,
some different things with doing lives and then doing your short. So what's your process?
oh my, when I first started out, it was total opposite of Kate. Being an artist, I'm a visual person. Kate's an artist too, in music and everything. But my problem was I aim so high that my husband will say, "Here's everybody, and here's Sherry," you know, and and so opposite of Kate. Like I didn't do baby steps. I went right for it. Let's jump into the deep end. I want my videos to look like Alton Brown, and
Mhm.
and if you look at some of my videos, they are definitely Alton Brown like. He pauses, he tells you a little bit of the information. This music keeps on going, and man, that took forever, ever to create, right? I, and then, I was learning how to do Premiere Pro at the same time. And I wanted everything to look and feel the same, a certain way. I mean, I'm an artist. That's a visual artist. That's what we do, right? So
Mhm.
it's a masterpiece. I'm creating a masterpiece. And then I realized how long it took.
Mhm.
And I started going backwards. So instead of having the whole loaf in my hand, I started going back and leaving the breadcrumb trails. So I worked backwards. Here's where I'm supposed to be. And so I and it wasn't until because work was just getting in the way. Other things in my life was getting in the way. I would wake up at 4:30 a.m., work on my videos. My husband would be like, I was in here editing all weekend on my Alton Brown type videos, and he'd be like, "Hey, do you realize the rest of the family needs some of your attention? And oh, by the way, we need to clean this house and do the laundry." And I'm like, "No, I'm editing videos." What?
Priorities,
Right?
people.
So anyway, and it wasn't until, and then I said, well, I got to figure something out. I mean, sometimes I don't sleep, so I'll be up at 3 a.m., or whatever. Don't get me wrong, I go to bed really early. But anyway, so then I thought, well, let's check out the lives. What can I do differently that can get this going? I want to get some content out there. So let's do lives. So lives, it was a little bit of fumble, in the first one, it's never perfect, right? And then, people started attending my lives, and I was hoping to do lives like, every other week or something, in between videos. Well, life got in the way again. And then about October, there was this jelly printing for print along, jelly printing. So you do something every day. And so I tried out YouTube Shorts, and man, I figured out the recipe. And well, I didn't complete 31 days. I got to 19. So, but I'm going to complete my 31. It might not be in October, if you will, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Yeah.
next October, but no. But that's how I had to work. After work, you can't get me to do anything. Cooking? What's cooking? It's not happening after work. My brain is gone. So everybody fends for themselves. But, in the morning, that's where my brain works. That's where I can get things done. And if I do a regular video, I get up early whenever I wake up. I don't force it. It's just whenever I wake up. And I'll work for an hour or so, and then I go to regular work. I'm not very consistent on that. And in the last month, things have really gotten crazy in my life. And so I think the last time I did a video was 2 weeks ago. It was YouTube short, but we'll get back there as soon as life settles back down. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't start out like Kate.
I love the analogy of having the whole loaf of bread and just leaving crumbs behind. It's like it's so funny because it's so like relatable, I think. And what's interesting too is that even when you took a break from uploading, life got busy, work, everything, your channel's still attracting subscribers, right? So, and there's such a huge emphasis on in the content creation world of being consistent. And even I just talk about being consistent, publish every week. Like, you want to grow your channel, publish every week. But then I took like over a month off this year, and I got a notification on when I logged into YouTube that said, congratulations, your channel had more views than you normally have. And, like, congratulations, your channel earned more ad revenue than you usually have. And I'm like, great. Well, I haven't even like logged in a month. And so, like, why are we pushing ourselves to be so consistent when in reality, like, the nature of YouTube is that you actually don't have to be consistent. You do have to get up and running and get going, and be a Kate, follow those breadcrumbs, get those videos posted. But like with Kate, she has 7 videos. If life got in the way and Kate took a month off, she's still gonna have those 7 videos are still gonna be there, still getting views. People are gonna find them and hit the subscribe button, and no one is gonna know or even care that, like, well, where's Kate been for the last month? They're just gonna be grateful to have the content that she has up there. So, in which I think your channel, Sherry, has been evidence of that because
Yeah,
you've done all these different types of videos, from lives to shorts to regular videos, and yet your channel continues to grow. Why do you think that's possible?
well, first of all, I don't know if you remember how scared I was. You and I were doing one-on-one
I do.
consulting, and this was about the time my husband came in and said, "You know what? You've been in your art studio for the last 6 weekends, and this house is going, it looks bad." It's like, and he's like, "You got to do something. I'm tired of this, right?" And I don't know if you remember on our call, I was like, "I got to take a break." And what are we going to do with that? Oh, I don't want to take a break. What's going to happen? I'm not going to be consistent. And then I went to the opposite the spectrum. Oh, maybe I'll get a video in there. But I think my search was how to create these quickly, be consistent. And that's where my search has been, is how can I automate? How can I streamline? I wish I could afford, all these people that these big YouTubers have, but I can't. And so my search has been what can you do and to grow, because you're not being consistent like you need to be. And so I found that through YouTube Shorts right now. That is the most easiest thing for me to do. So once life gets settled in December, we'll finish the 31 days of October. But but then I'm going, we're right into Christmas and I'm already having ideas, and so, and looking at the analytics, that's huge, because it's
Mhm.
not, it's, the problem is I want to create what I want to create, and you could come along for the ride, right? However, the analytics tell me they want this type of video. So now you're creating for your audience of what they want to see, and that's how you're going to grow. So while I can teach you how to use stencils on a gel plate, I can teach you how to take care of your gel plate, but some of the comments I've gotten in my recent videos is, what type of paints do I use? And I'd like to see a comparison of paints that you use. And so, yes, I'm planning those. And those are going to be fun to do. Don't get me wrong. But, if I do those, do I have time to do the Christmas ones? Maybe, because another thing I want to do is, I got these stack of jelly prints. What am I going to do with them? I want to create videos to show you what to do with them, because that's really the answer I was looking for on YouTube that was not there, is what do you do with all those prints? I have a boatload of prints. What do I do with them? And so that's really the answer I was trying to solve when I went onto YouTube. So definitely off the plate is coming. So that'll be another category.
Nice. Yeah. Oh man, you said so many good things there. But I wanted to go back to when you published your first video. We were on a one-on-one call, and I'd been helping you, figure out your spiderweb strategy and your keyword research and all that stuff. And you were like, "Okay, I got my first video ready to go and the thumbnail, it's all loaded." And this was, I think, a Friday. You were like,
It
"I
was.
think I'm going to publish it on Monday." And I'm like, "Why not right now, Sherry?" And you were just like, what do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, you said it's ready to go. You just told me all the things are ready to go. Why not just publish it now?" And you're like, "Really?" And you
What
did
it was
it.
is, I was trying to batch process all my videos. I was trying to batch process 2 months worth of videos. And I did not want to push that button of uploading until I had 2 months worth,
Yeah.
8 videos ready to go. And yeah, Meredith, well, she just pushed me off
I push you.
the cliff. She
I mean,
just went.
I wasn't in the room with you to press the button, but
You were pretty close.
I was pretty close. And you did it. So, let's talk about just a little bit, since you've been doing YouTube Shorts, and there's all this mystery, I feel like, around YouTube Shorts. How did you figure out what type of videos to create for a YouTube Short?
So, like I told you, there was a gel press print along 2021. And it gave me every day, it gave me a different topic to create.
So where did you get
And
where'd you get that from, those ideas from?
oh, well, Gel Press is a type of jelly plate printing company.
Okay,
So
so
they
the
create
brand came
yeah,
out with this. Okay, I gotcha. Okay.
yeah. And so they said, hey, let's do a gel press print along, and gave me 31 days worth. And there's a lot of great YouTubers out there on gel printing. I mean, it's amazing what they do. And so I just decide, hey, let's just videotape that. And what I enjoyed was, oh, let's cut this video down. Let's cut it down some more. Let's cut it down some more. And pretty soon I was like, okay, I do not want my YouTube shorts to be over 30 seconds. How am I going to make this happen? And so a lot of things are just boom, 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 but it's sped up as well. So I've just learned. And then one day I was doing one of those, I just edited a video, and the way I edited it almost reminded me of like a TikTok, even though I'm not even really on TikTok. I've just seen them, right? And so I put my paper down, and when I when I went to put my paper down, the image pops up. It was like a magic thing, right? And I told my husband, I said, check out what I just, edited, right? And it was pretty cool. So I started just doing that, and, instead of rubbing the paper, pulling the paper back, revealing what you did, I put the paper down, and then as soon as it goes down, the image, reveals itself. So it was kind of fun to do. And that's what really got me hooked on some YouTube shorts. But yeah, you can make a minute video on YouTube, but I really like 27 seconds. I really like that. If I get to 27 seconds, I'm figuring out how I can cut that a little bit. So I stay between 25 and 27 seconds so that people can just watch them quickly.
Awesome. We have a question from Seek Your Elite from Down Under. Wanting to know, have you had any success with gaining subscribers from your shorts? They're getting 600 plus views, but no subscribers. You have subscribers coming in, right, through your shorts?
Oh, yeah. I am not that far from 10,000 views. And I think I only have like 100 views to go to get to 10,000 views. And in 1 month, in that October timeframe, when I was really pumping out the videos daily, the YouTube shorts daily, I got close to 100 subscribers that month. And so I enjoy doing the YouTube shorts. I set up a template in my Premiere Pro. I film it. I can edit it real quick. I get it out there. And if you can get them going every day, then they will come. And I'm still getting subscribers. I mean, again, on Monday, I had 300. Today, I have 315. So even though I wasn't really every day, but it does help.
Yeah. Debbie says, I haven't figured out how to do shorts yet. So real quick, shorts are short form vertical videos. So they have to be recorded vertically. Dave learned that lesson last week, I think it was. He learned it the hard way. He uploaded a vertical video that was looked vertical, but it really was
portrait. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Regular.
Yeah. And it has to be less than 60 seconds. And I've heard people say that it has to be 59 seconds or less. If it's actually 60 seconds, it won't be considered a short. But I think
mine's 58 seconds. I repurposed another video to cut it really short, cut down and stuff.
Okay. I'm working on putting together a shorts lesson inside for the Video Pursuit Society members so that step by step, here's how to do it. It's just a little bit confusing because you can do it completely on your desktop, create the video and upload it, but you can also do it from your phone and it's like a different process. So I'm working on that.
I filmed all mine on my phone, Meredith.
Okay.
I filmed it on my phone and then I plug in my phone into the computer and then I take that video and dump it into Premiere Pro.
Yeah. And just edit it from there. Yeah. And then you upload it from your desktop.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. One thing I've been experimenting with, not lately because I haven't been really consistent, but since I am on TikTok and I have, we have TikTok, Instagram Reels, and then YouTube Shorts. And wouldn't it just be wonderful if you could just create one video and post it on all three? But if you create it on one of those platforms and then save it, then you have a watermark, and the TikTok download has the watermark, which is fine, but it's also your audio and visuals out of sync by about 10 frames, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's just enough that it's obvious. So it's such a pain. So anyways, so I want to wrap this up for everybody. I put everybody here. I put Dave, Sherry, and Kate's channels down in the description if you want to go check them out. And I just want to kind of go around and share what is one thing that for anyone who's okay, we're halfway almost to the end of November. I wanted to start a channel this year, but I didn't really get it going. what advice would you have for somebody in that position? Dave, we'll start with you.
I would say just do it and start putting out the videos with, as long as they can hear you, and start putting them out there, and keep it short and sweet. And if you have a long topic, break it up into multiple sections and just do it. You put them out there. I waited so long, and now I'm looking at some of mine to redoing, and just trying to, if I don't have a long story to tell, try to keep it short and sweet. And
Mm-hmm.
except for some of my editing, just for our hunts, just takes a long time to go through and find the good parts.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. All right. So Dave's advice is just do it. That's sort of like the easiest go-to advice. That's what I always say too. Just do it. Just start doing it. Sherry, what about you? What advice would you have?
Okay, full disclosure. I have not been paid for this next statement that I'm fixing to make,
Uh-oh.
but you need to check out Meredith's videos. When I was first starting, I went searching and checked out Meredith's videos, and then I joined her 5-day challenge. And that will answer a lot of your questions. And again, I was not paid for this announcement.
Thank you,
I have to
Sherry.
agree with that.
Thanks. And for anyone who missed the first announcement, that 5-day challenge has been turned into a workshop that I'm doing live on November 30th. And I put a link in the description to that. So it's at vidpromom.com/workshop. Kate, how about you? What advice would you have?
Well, I just want to echo what Sherry said first, because I think you can have ideas and put stuff up there, but if you don't know how to optimize stuff and you don't know how to set up your channel, it'll just never be seen. And that, I think, would be very frustrating. So I just want to say I learned so much in your courses, and I still am working my way through the content, and I'm finding it incredibly useful at all the different stages that I've been through so far. Well, the couple of different stages I've been through so far. But my advice would be to somebody who's just starting now is like, it's get really good clarity about why you want to do a YouTube channel, because it's a lot of work, and it has to be like, you have to have, people talk a lot about the viewer and finding your avatar and figuring out what they want and their pain point. But you also need to know your own pain point. What problem in your own life are you trying to solve by creating a YouTube channel? Because it's a lot of work and a lot of commitment. And like for me, it's just been very, I found it very creative. I found it very empowering. I've been able to function outside the confines of an institution. You know, I can just do whatever I want. I don't have to have any student learning outcomes, and I don't have to account to my chair about it, you know. And also I can, you know, get an idea, and then the very next day I can just put it in a video. But you see, that all takes time and effort, and I'm solving very particular, you know, things that I wanted by doing, like my first, when I put my first video up, and I woke up the next day and I had like 6 views on it. I said to my husband, I'm like, I taught in my sleep. It was so great. I was teaching while I was asleep, and it just felt so fantastic. And I just wanted to do more of it. And if you don't have a compelling reason or some solution you're trying to solve for yourself, you'll get started and then lose enthusiasm, because it's hard and it's effort. And so you have to kind of think of the long game. What do you want it to look like in a few years, and what are you going to do now for it? And then pick something that motivates you. Don't feel, do all your favorite parts. I don't particularly like social media, so I'm not doing social media, and that's okay, right? And so figure out what you enjoy doing, and then do it on your own terms to solve your own problems, while connecting with the particular viewers that you are going to help.
Great advice. I love that. Sherry, did you have something else you wanted to add?
Yes, I did. Again, not a paid announcement, but I just, I just want y'all to know, um, joining the Video Pursuit Society. That was a tongue twister for me there for a minute. What I really enjoyed starting as a new YouTuber was being a part of that community, because we get to cheer each other on and learn from each other. I mean, Dave's been posting his stats out there, and I always do some kind of avatar like woohoo, because it's very encouraging when you are alone as a YouTuber and you're just trying to get off the ramp.
Yeah.
It can be discouraging. Having that group of people behind you and rooting you on and answering questions like, what do you do if you get a negative comment? And those kinds of things, it's, I have to tell you, it's very, very helpful. And so I don't know if anybody else on the call feels that way, but I find it as a community, and we cheer each other on. We're not really, we don't compete with each other. We can have 10 artists, I don't care, but just rooting each other, because
Yes.
we're on this journey together.
Yes.
Thank you,
I
Sherry. I
definitely
love that.
agree.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
Again, not
definitely
a
have
paid
to agree with
announcement.
that.
What you just described is really the whole purpose and the whole reason why I created the Video Pursuit Society, because I felt like there isn't, I can bounce ideas off of my husband, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. And I think it can also lead to frustration a little bit if you're trying to like talk about this vision, even a small vision for a YouTube video, and the person you're talking to is like, yeah, I don't get that. It doesn't make sense to me. I even like I told my husband I had a live stream tonight, and he was like, he just made a joke like, "Oh, he said Miss Important Pants has a live stream tonight." It like little things like that where I'm just like, yeah, like that's probably funny to you, but if you also were a content creator, you probably wouldn't make a joke about it. You'd just be like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
great."
yeah, that's where
Where
I
can
am
I sign up
supportive.
and watch, you know? So
Yeah,
it is good to have that community, and that's exactly why I created it. So thank you so much, Sherry, for
yeah, no worries. I mean, like, I'm supportive, so when I told my family I was having a live, they're like, cool, so
yeah,
they're very, they understand it, they're into it, so they were all excited for me to be here with y'all today.
yeah. Mrs. P. um Torleton, if I'm saying that right, is wondering, I have 3K subs and over 100 videos, but I feel like my channel is moving slow. Would the 5-day challenge help? The 5-day challenge, which is now a 1-hour workshop, I think you will gain some clarity from that for sure, because you're going to learn about the spiderweb effect. So you could have 100 videos on your channel and 3,000 subscribers, but if they're not all working together so that the algorithm and YouTube knows how to get those videos out to even more people, then it can kind of hold you back. So I would say yes, the workshop for sure would be helpful. And Kate is making me think that I need to start a new channel or shift my current channel to something I enjoy.
Yeah.
Mm. That's a good takeaway there. Okay, so I'm going to let you all go. Thank you so much for being here. And for anyone watching, come join me in my Build Your Profitable YouTube channel workshop on November 13th, 30th, actually. And just sign up through the link down below. And if you can't make it live because of time zones and life, and if your husband's like, "Come on, Sherry, we got to do the dishes," then there will be a replay. So no pressure there to show up live. All right, I'm going to end this stream, and thank you all for watching.
Bye-bye. Thank you.